Welcome back. Well, Terminator Genesis premieres today, structured around time travel. So we thought it'd be fun to explore the possibilities with a physicist, UT Professor Jacques Distler. He is here. Hello,
Hi.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Okay,
Hi.
So one of the big themes of Terminator, time travel, and we were just chatting. You said,
yeah.
Is it possible when you look at your research?
Well, always, it's vaguely possible, but with some kind of catch. We're talking about, the buzz phrase we like to use in physics is closed time-like curves, being able to revisit the past. And in Einstein's theory of general relativity, space-time is curved, and it could be so highly curved that time actually loops back on itself, and we'd have the ability to revisit our past. But that only happens under some kind of weird situation that probably isn't realizable.
All right.
So one of two things. If we wanted a closed time-like curve in this studio, it would either be hidden behind the horizon of a black hole, probably not too good for the studio.
Right, that would not be good.
or we would need a source of negative energy density.
What does that mean?
Well, you know, energy is the source of energy mass, the source of gravity. Negative energy, kind of anti-gravity.
Okay.
And the thing is, if you had that, you could do things which would be way cooler than time travel. You could build a warp drive and visit some distant part of the galaxy, which seems to me a much better solution than duking it out in some technological dystopia here on Earth. So I don't think you can do either of those, but if you could do one, you could do the other as well.
Well, it is always neat to kind of look at the movies and see if there's any type of reality to them.
Absolutely.
And so when you look at the Terminator movies, I mean, they do much more than time travel, but you do see some reality to it all.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there are lots of things that, you know, in all of these science fiction movies, which have sort of turned out in real life. I was talking about Star Trek and all of the neat technology that they had, and I think a lot of it is stuff we see today. And certainly in the Terminator movies, robots kind of taken over. And you know, in our world today, we actually have a lot of robotic stuff. They're not humanoid in shape, but
that is true, and they're taking over.
But they are taking over.
Well, and you refer to Star Trek, you mean kind of where they go to stand and all of a sudden they disappear and then they you know, reappear back in another spot? That's the technology, you think, that one day?
Well, I was talking about warp drive, but
warp drive.
Yeah, right, time travel, all those things. Yeah, but yeah. No, I was talking about, you know, they remember those little handheld, what do they call them? Communicators, right?
Yep.
So we've got much fancier ones now.
You never know what's out there. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We certainly appreciate it. Always really interesting stuff. And